Welcome to today's briefing about the COVID-19 coronavirus. Uh, for the past 24 hours, a sample of 3,436 people are tested, out of which 636 people tested positive for the disease. According to the gender distribution, 36 were male, while the rest 316 were female. What is this supposed to tell us? The females have become more loose and have allowed themselves to conduct the disease. It has come to our concern about the rising number of the infection among the sexual commercial workers and the brothel workers who engage in themselves in sexual activities for money. I would like to urge the brothers and the sexual workers to follow the guidelines pertaining the coronavirus infections, which have been clearly stated by the national government and the health workers officers in order to avoid further spread of the disease. For instance, there was a certain lady in Koinange Street who has been tested positive for the disease, aged 35 years. Contact tracing has begun, and it has been revealed that the lady had a total of 114 different customers who they had sexual intercourse in the past 14 days, which is the basic incubation stage for the infection. What is this supposed to tell us? Those 114 people, together with their family, have been put into a period of 14 days mandatory quarantine to help in spreading the disease further in Nairobi. While the sexual commercial industry seems very lucrative, we would like to urge the brothers to shift in other ways that will help in running their businesses smoothly and not infecting others with COVID-19 at the same time. For instance, the sexual workers should avoid kissing during sexual intercourse and avoid missionary style, which pertain most of body contact with their customers, and rather they should shift in other styles such as the bend over, the wheelbarrow, which guarantee less contact and will help in curbing the infection. Number 2, the sexual workers together with their customers should avoid foreplay simply before the intercourse, and they should focus on quickie and using of the lubricants which are available in our chemists and stores that initiate the corpus process. Number 3, the brothels and the sex workers are advised to regularly sanitize their sexual organs before and after each round of sexual intercourse to kill the sad virus that may cause the infection. 5, for sexual parties, threesomes or more. Threesomes, I mean for those who gather in one place for the purpose of having sexual activity and fun. We would like to insist on social distancing, which must be upheld, and each person should be given one round as the rest stimulate their sexual organs. Number 6, sexual workers who have aged 45 years and above should be forced into mandatory retirement, as this infection is known to be very deadly when it comes to people aged 50 and above. 6, we will provide mandatory testing for the sexual commercial workers, and they will be presented with a COVID-19 free certificate, which should be presented to a customer before the intercourse and should be valid for a period of 2 weeks, after which they must be renewed. We should encourage many more rounds per intercourse to avoid further spread of the infection. For the sexually active people, such as the Ruyas, the Kambas, and the Kisses, should have a maximum of 2 rounds per session, while the rest should pertain to 1 round each to curb the pandemic. Then, wearing of a mask throughout the intercourse must be respected, especially when coming, to prevent you, your family, your loved customers who you'll want them to come again, and the other people who you might come in contact with from being spread with the infection. Number 7, we are currently talking with the oil breweries manufacturers in the country to subsidize the price of Arimis and other sexual lubricants, which must be highly used during this pandemic for the bachelors, people who are far away from their loved one, families, and even their relatives, and they have high rate of respect. We will encourage them to shift in other ways to satisfy their sexual needs, such as the use of bananas, tubes, yes, Matiang'i, what do we call them? Yes, kunyonga. Kunyonga. Wanaita kunyonga monkey, yes, kunyonga monkey. And masturbating, which will help in curbing social distancing and will surely reduce this infection among people. Lastly, I would like to urge the sexual commercial workers to shift in other online services, online sexual services such as video calls, sending nudes, sex chatting, sex video calls, and others, which will help in for them to earn some little capital and make themselves happy, their sexual desire filled, without necessarily being physically together to help in curbing the infection. Just assume like everyone is infected with the disease and you alone. Wear masks throughout. Have a nice evening. Stay safe.